Would you like to know what is better than social media to grow your creative business? Of course you do. An email list is what will get you better reach, better visibility, better sales, and conversions to your handmade shop. If having an email list is new to you or you're not sure why you should be spending more of your time building one, stay on to watch this video. Hi, my name is May Pak, and I help makers, artists, and designers create a consistent income from selling their handmade products online. Here are the top reasons why you need to start building an email list for your business now. But actually, before I dive in, I need to preface by saying that all of these benefits you get from having an email list is really only true if you maintain your email list and keep it warm, meaning you're staying in contact with people who signed up to your email list consistently. That means you won't see the benefits of your email list as much if you only email your people like once every few months. So for the sake of keeping this video focused, I'm going to save that topic for how to keep your email list engaged for another video. So why should you focus on building your email list? Well, first off, you have to understand first that you cannot expect people, random strangers on the internet, to buy from you in that first time that they've met you or your brand or seen your products for the first time. That can happen, which is what is called impulse purchases, but it's not what happens most of the time. And you cannot rely on impulse purchases to build up the backbone of your business. Why is this? There's just so much competition these days, and people have so many options to choose from, right? But more than that, I'm willing to bet that the things you and I make in our handmade shops are products that aren't necessarily fulfilling an immediate need. Our products are things like jewelry, art, bags, scarves. These are nice to have things, not need to have things. So people are going to take their time buying. There's no sense of urgency to buy, unless they're shopping for gifts for a special occasion, like an upcoming birthday party, or an anniversary, or Valentine's Day, or Mother's Day, or Christmas. So you'll see that sales tend to go up during these seasons when there's both urgency and need or purpose to buy. The rest of the time, though, people are just browsing your shop or social media for fun with no real intention to buy. So, if a total stranger somehow came across your products online for the first time, it's not likely they're going to buy right then and there. What this means for you is you need to concentrate your efforts on getting those people to come back to your shop at a later time. This also means you have to have a way to keep front of mind with these people. This is what's called the Rule of 7, which is a marketing and sales concept that basically states that people need, on average, 7 touch points with your business before they make their first purchase from you. Now, I would argue to say that this 7 number is probably a lot higher these days because there's so much competition. And it's not just competition from other shops that have opened in the last couple of years, because it's so easy to start an online shop these days, but it's also competition for attention. There is so much content being created every day by brands, bloggers, businesses, service providers. It's insane. And it is impossible for any one person to consume all the content that's put out there on a daily basis. There's just too much. And we have too little time in our day. So because of competition, you should expect that it's now the rule of 20 or 30. I don't know the exact number because obviously it's different for every person and every business. But the general takeaway I want you to have is it takes multiple touch points and interactions of seeing your brand for a person to buy. By the way, if you're enjoying this video so far, give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment or subscribe because doing this sends signals to YouTube that this was a helpful video and YouTube will show it to more people. And that's the whole point of why I create these videos, is to help creatives with their handmade business. Another concept that I want to roll in with the Rule of 7 is the know, like, and trust factor. You might have heard other people talk about this before, maybe even from me, but I feel these both work in tandem. A big reason the Rule of 7 is even a thing is because people need to know, like, and trust you before they buy from you. And it's not likely that you can do all of those things in just their first interaction with you. It's like every other relationship. Think about the last time you made a friend. How that relationship was formed. It took time, and it started with two people getting to know each other. Then, if your values are aligned or the other person possesses qualities that appeal to you, then you start to like them. Then, after even more time, you start to trust them when they've consistently shown you that you can, by showing up on time to your lunch dates, by being a supportive and loyal friend, by being reliable and dependable when you needed their help. This is exactly the same thing with your business and your potential customer. That relationship needs to form first before they buy. So you might be thinking, how do you go about doing that, and how can you do that at scale? Because you know you can't possibly make friends with every single customer you have in your business. Well, that's where having an email list comes in. Email marketing allows you to speak in a one-to-one way with your subscribers, but it doesn't take one-on-one effort. An email list lets you do this in a way where it feels like one-on-one for the subscriber, but for you, it's all automated. Whether you're emailing one person or 10,000 people, the effort is the same to you. And if you're already familiar with email marketing, then you might also be familiar with the challenge of not knowing what to write to your subscribers. I totally understand that. Everyone struggles with that, even me. To that, here is a bonus tip I want to share with you. Stop using broadcast emails and instead start using more autoresponders. Autoresponders make it so that you only write the email once and it continues to live evergreen for you for years. You'll want to build out multiple emails, of course, but the beauty of autoresponders is you get to sit down once and crank out all of those emails in one go, and that will take care of the rule of 7, the know, like, and trust factor, and become an automated sales machine for you and your business. You don't have to worry about sitting down every 2 weeks or every month to stare at a blank page and not know what to write to your people. If you want to know more about autoresponders, I highly recommend you sign up for my free workshop. I have a link in the description for that. Another reason why you should definitely focus on an email list is because organic social media has such low reach these days. You know all about it, right? The algorithms make it hard for organic social media posts to get seen by your fans and followers. If you're lucky, 1 to 2% of your followers see your posts. But email has always been proven to have better reach compared to social media, even to this day. It's not hard or uncommon to have your emails have an open rate of 30 to 40% when you're just getting started. That is a huge increase from social media reach, right? So if you're launching a new product design or you've got a sale promo coming up, having an email list, even if you have fewer people on there compared to your social media, is going to get you more sales. Which brings me to my next point. An email list is a great source for having a cash injection if you need one in your business. It's like a tap that you can turn on and off for money to flow through. Every end of the year, I do a grab bag sale for products that aren't good enough to sell to my regular customers at full price. So we sell them at a huge discount and my customers love them. Every time I do this sale, all I do is email my list about it and I always sell out in 48 hours. I made almost $2,000 in sales the last time I did this. And the work that went into that was just setting up the product listing in my Shopify site, then sending out one email. What? Easy money. It took me all of 5 hours or less even to do all of that. But of course, don't forget that I did spend years to build up my email list to that point. So if you're just starting out, do not compare your numbers with mine because that would be like comparing apples and oranges. So not only does email give you better reach and visibility than social media, but email also converts better than social media. It has a higher conversion rate compared to most other forms of marketing simply because you're having what feels like one-to-one interactions with your email list. You get to create more deeper, more personal relationships with your customers. I know that I would not have made all those sales if I had just promoted it on just social media. People who have joined your email list have specifically raised their hand to say, yes, I love what I see. I love your product, your brand, and I want to keep updated with more information. They're people who have filtered themselves as being very interested in what you make. So of course, your email list converts at a greater % than social media. Another really important thing that most people aren't aware of with your email list is this is something you own. It's an asset in your business. No one can take that away from you. But when you look at social media or Etsy, who ultimately has control over those platforms? Not you. You don't really own your social media following. There's so many stories of people getting their accounts or shops shut down or disabled, sometimes for no good reason. And if you've put all your eggs in one basket, your business will be in serious trouble. So now more than ever is the right time for you to start building and focusing on your email list. Sorry, I'm not a fan of using scare tactics or fear-mongering like this, but it's the truth. And I would rather you be aware of this than not. So if you build your email list using best practices, you can usually see your business and sales growing as your email list grows. The growth of both things have a correlation with each other. You cannot say that with social media, unfortunately. So if there's one thing you should focus on this year, it's your email list. Oh my gosh, that was my belly. I think I'm hungry and I need to eat lunch. Let me try that again. It's I think I have a hungry brain. I need to eat lunch. Okay. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, leave a comment, and subscribe so you don't miss out on new videos. And definitely watch the next video on this screen if you want to grow your handmade business, because I only share with you stuff that works. Thanks for watching.